Okay, we're updating again. And this guy is telling us some stuff. And there's some helicopters. And I have a guest here today, underneath all this sound.
That's right, I'm this guy. Just this guy.
But what's your name?
Oh, yeah, I do have a name. My name is Kalir, and we have a gun of some kind.
Yeah, okay. So,
Okay.
to, like, remind our viewers, we're supposed to meet up with a guy named Mole who can tell us about where Strelak's hideout is. And here's a gunfight with a bunch of invisible people. I love the bugs this game has with the like extra textures and stuff that the complete mod adds. Because sometimes things don't spawn right. And
yeah, I was gonna say, that was a very dramatic pan over of an area where there are lots of sounds but no actual things happen.
I really like that. That taught me something. That
there's a guy.
that gunfight just has the sounds inputted in. Yeah, that's the guy we followed. And oh hey, here's our battle. So I'm gonna help him because that's sort of the objective. You also get cool stuff from the dead people's corpses. So stalkers aren't very like full of good things, so I'm gonna help them fight the military. But yeah, I guess the thing here is that the military caught wind of the stalkers being here, and they're coming to kick their ass.
Well, that's something to do, I guess. It doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of entertainment in wherever we're set in.
Yeah. So, one thing you may notice is the military have good armor, so I usually empty a whole clip into one guy. It's partially because I'm using 19 by 9 ammo, which is really dinky. I'm also using armor pen, so I can actually kill them. And red barrels. Stalker still has those. It's just that they're on a delay.
Everyone knows you keep all the explosive materials in the red barrels and you just leave them strewn all across wherever you might be having an engagement.
Yeah. So you clear out the first wave of military dudes and then you help Mole, who's sort of hidden in a building. This is usually a point where I loot all the dead guys in the first, like, front yard, because Mole is pretty, like, well armed. He has an AK-74, an actual full one. The military all have AK-74s as well, up to this point. What?
I thought we were gonna go meet him. He sounds like an informant or something. We're gonna
yeah,
go kill him.
it's just, he's sort of under siege right here.
Oh, so he has that weapon to defend himself until you save him.
Yeah. All the stalkers all have guns. It's sort of a prerequisite. I mean, if you're gonna be in a dangerous place with people who want to rob you, kill you, and then mutants
Geiger counters.
Saved my life.
Yeah, this place has a lot of areas that set it off. I don't think there's any like real radiation though. This area where it is huge, and in this game it's barely used. I think there might be a few stashes that can show up here, but otherwise it's empty. And in the next game, Clear Sky, there's actually a base here. So right here, I'm gonna pick some things up that I missed. Pick up all the stuff on the corpses. I was thinking about like cutting this out because you know looting is boring, but something.
It's like Diablo.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just showing off the AK-74. You get some radio chatter. Well, yeah. So the whole thing with like Mole telling me like let's go, we'll talk later, is he sort of says that for a reason because there are reinforcements coming to try killing you some more. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I guess that would take priority over, you know, telling you important information and stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of priority, wow, those guys really do want you dead.
Yeah, they sort of do. So, I'm pretty sure I died to an explosion. Oh, look at this guy, he's just having a celebratory drink.
It's like, hey, I killed the guy, let's sit down and have some whatever that I have.
Yeah, I love the AI here. The AI's dynamic in the sort. Okay, whatever. The AI is weird. So this is what I was gonna show off before the dudes showed up. There's another merc suit just sitting there. It's very helpful because at this point your like durability on your first suit's gonna be at like 75%, and only chumps wear like the beginner armor.
It's just like in Doom RL, you take every single set of armor you can get, or you just go for the best armor and then you ignore all the others.
Yeah. Actually, in this mod, I always forget there is repairing in this. In the vanilla game, you would just be hot swapping all of the armor you find. And, well, you can buy armor, but buying stuff is for chumps. I'm gonna try buying stuff in this playthrough to show stuff off, because there's some explosions. I don't remember if I find something here. There's something interesting that the mod adds that I'm just sort of like, huh.
Something interesting as in a new kind of gun? I don't know.
It's an inventory item. It's a gas can. Just like a gas can. It's interesting. Another one.
Okay, I guess...
They weigh a lot?
Are we playing Fallout now?
No, it's just sort of like one of those leftover items that I guess was left over from the beta, because you used to be able to drive cars and stuff.
Always carry their missions through.
But yeah, I think I don't remember if this mod lets you actually like. Thanks for the push, but I don't think this mod lets you pick up the red barrels, but some mods let you pick them up, and they weigh a bitch load. I'm not sure if you can like walk around with them ever.
Why do you have a jellyfish?
Oh, okay. They're artifacts. They give you certain attributes in exchange for a negative attribute most of the time.
Oh, so it's like Eternal Darkness. You have the cursed jellyfish of Ulioth.
This jellyfish isn't very exciting though.
Oh.
Yeah. In this game, most artifacts are sort of lame, so they're mostly just fodder for making money. And right there, I went to a stash.
Phew.
It's
quiet here.
You know, it's not actually running to my death that time.
What you're looking for. It's underground around here somewhere, but I don't know exactly where. Be careful and good luck.
You mean that giant hole in the ground?
No, it's a manhole cover with a, well, you know, it's a thing to get down to tunnels underneath.
Oh.
So basically this guy's information is, oh hey, what a coincidence. I was gonna tell you that Strelix is right where I was.
I think you could have mentioned that sooner.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you fail to save Mole, you just loot his corpse, and then there's a PDA that tells you that. So here's the tunnels. There are bandits here for some reason.
Oh no, bandits!
It's a welcome change because they actually go down in less than a clip of ammo.
Well, I guess they can't afford all the nice military armor or whatever.
Yeah, they just wear leather jackets.
That guy's got a flashlight.
But yeah, I'm not very...
Shine it in your face and it will blind you. It will be very inconvenient.
Yeah. This is always the point in the game where I'm like, do flashlights matter? Do the AI see it through the dark? I can't tell. So, some
if you can't tell, then probably not.
They always shoot at me though. It's just always weird. So these guys just decide the best course of action is to hug each other while trying to kill me. It didn't work out for them that well. So there's
I like how you can apply medkits and bandages like just telepathically or something, even while reloading or firing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can bleed and you need to heal yourself, and you know, it's sort of realistic, but then you know, you just magically apply them. I'm not gonna complain though. It's better than, well, I don't know. Far Cry 2 wasn't that bad, but it's like, well, I just got shot by a shotgun. Better pump up the morphine.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes you gotta make realism base sacrifices for the game actually being fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing on a harder difficulty level. Like, if you play in beginner, then you pretty much soak up like bullets. You only really have to worry about, like, medkits. But, like, most of the mods in the game change up the bandages and med packs so they don't, like, heal both health and bleeding. Because in the regular game, bandages, like, healed you a little bit and stopped bleeding, and then med packs usually fully heal bleeding. And most mods just even that out by making med packs barely heal bleeding or don't do that at all.
So with all this talk of mods, it's actually sounding kind of like an Elder Scrolls game.
Not as much, because modding is a bit more complicated. Oh hey, there's my last bandit here. And each time you go down here, you get that quest. I don't know who gives it to you. You just have it magically. But
that water does not look safe to drink.
Nope, that's an anomaly. That's fruit punch. Most mods, for some reason, change them to blue. Usually they're green.
And you're throwing
bolts.
What do you...
It's a thing. You can, like, tell where, like, anomalies are by throwing them. Not all anomalies are visible like that. They're usually just slight distortions in the air. Some mods are actually dicks, and they make them fully invisible. So it makes the bolts even more important. But, okay. New mutant type. Let's see if you can spot it.
I hear squeaky sounds.
Yeah, this is the bloodsucker. They're sort of dicks. In each game, they get slightly more dickish in horrible ways. Okay. So this one, they're just pretty, like, some of the most dangerous mutants. They're sort of evil. I don't like them that much. They cloak. In Clear Sky, they're invincible when they're cloaked.
Well, that doesn't sound unbalanced or anything.
Yeah, that's a dick move, and that's one of the reasons why some people didn't like Clear Sky as much, compounded onto all the other problems. And then I believe in Call of Pripyat, it had a, like, insta-kill move. It was, like, really random when it happened, but I don't know, it sort of makes sense, because most of the time they just sort of, like, slash at you. Sort of makes sense that they sort of, like, eat your brain out or some crap.
You just check MapQuest or something?
You have a PDA with the map. The maps do not help you on the indoor levels because you're not outside, and there is no indoor map. But I was confused because I saw there was a stash somewhere and I wanted to try finding it, but it disappears. If you look back in the video, there is actually a, like, stash up there, but it isn't there anymore. It's very odd.
There's still squeaky noises.
Oh yeah, that's the sound of a siren. It's sort of like one of those really old warning sirens. I don't know. You hear it sometimes in, like, old movies, in, like, old war bunkers, that sirens actually do make weird noises. Oh, but to answer your question about mods, it's not really an Elder Scrolls thing, because the mods aren't very compatible at all. You have to change, like, a lot of game values and all that to make one run. And a lot of the mods are just sort of like slight improvements. The one I'm using, the complete mod, just fixes up, like, a few of the bugs the patch has never touched. The textures have been redone a little bit, make them look better. And then you have other ones, like Oblivion Lost, which just adds all of the beta content and adds, like, extra guns and stuff. And sometimes it doesn't balance that well, sometimes it doesn't. Look, that dude's arm.
That sure is an arm of some kind.
Yep. So there's also military dudes in here. There's usually a few that leak out into this area, because the way we need to escape is full of military dudes. But sometimes they wander out a little bit, they get they sometimes get killed by the bloodsucker. But in this one, like, they're pretty far out of their, like, designated location.
Maybe they just got bored.
Probably, because you'll see the tunnel they were in later. It's pretty boring. Gunfights in this game are sort of dangerous because the enemies sort of book it sometimes. They're pretty fast when you're not looking at it. And look at this, I'm like killing 9 dudes. This is the most soldiers I've killed before I've gotten a Sterling space, which is that little like mark on the mini-map up there. I've passed it. What?
I'm just trying to see if I can find it on the mini-map.
Oh, it sort of looks like a fat, like, northern star, like, icon thing.
I think I see it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's the direction you just came from, though.
Yeah, I passed it because they're, like, dudes shooting at me.
Oh.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'm looting dudes because... Nope, I'm dumb. I'm trying to loot the guy I have already looted.
You just have to make extra sure he wasn't hiding anything when you shot him to death.
Yeah, maybe some bullets leaked out since last time I checked. So, here's this fancy place, Strelix Hideout. That glowing light right there, it's a new artifact. It's Fireball. It's the same as Droplet. It just gives you slightly more radiation reduction for the same penalties as the Droplet. And interesting thing about it, it's usually there. Sometimes it won't be there because it'll spawn in the floor, which is a shame.
That's kind of strange.
Yep. So, just looking around the room. Here's a map. I don't remember if this is reused anywhere else in this game. I know it's here in the later games. I'm not sure.
You knocked it over, and there were little red dots on it.
Yeah. So we got a flash drive with a message from a dude named Ghost talking to Strelic. It's like, well, our friend died. Too bad you left for the middle of the zone by yourself, whatever.
Doesn't really sound like a very good message.
No, not really, especially for just one flash drive. So right here I'm confused. There's been a bug going on all game where when I like destroy boxes, the items that are in them don't spawn in right away. So I'm just confused. I'm just sort of like, where is my stuff? I sort of want my cool stuff.
There is no stuff. It has escaped into the wilderness.
That's what happens sometimes. There is the crate that's on a rooftop, and when the stuff finally spawns, it goes through the roof. So, drop that crappy gun, get rid of this crappy gun. I got my new weapon for a while. It's a unique AK-74. Oh, there's all my stuff. I'm just
It's just appeared somehow.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's a lot faster firing than the regular AK-74. And you get about the same time you get the regular AK-74s, so you probably don't even know how fast the regular one fires.
So now it's been modified.
Yeah, I'm making it all tactile. I'm putting a silencer on the AK, along with a scope. And now I have a laser gun, because the scope makes things super accurate. Or so people say. I mean, like, in the earlier versions, it seriously was laser gun. Oh, I also got a new suit. It's the Stalker suit. Has a very primitive night vision. It's not that great, but it's pretty good for, you know, our first night vision. And I'm not gonna wear it. Yeah, there's the one that you just saw. There's a slightly better one that isn't really crappy. You can see things a lot clearer. And then there's a special blue one which helps, well, in real life, the not green ones usually help you see depth a lot better. And that one, it's just not affected as much by light, I guess. In the later games, it's actually brought up that each one has different ones. Like, with the upgrade system in Clear Sky, there's like first gen, second gen, and like experimental, I think. And then later on, the night vision is put onto helmets instead of the suits because they actually add helmets. So here's our first taste of laser gun. And here's where I'm like, are these actually laser like guns? Because did I ever finish my thought? In the earlier versions, the scope pretty much made guns pinpoint accurate. It is sort of an oversight because the scope sort of like increased the accuracy stat, and instead of just slightly doing that, seriously made bullets go right to where they're supposed to go.
Portal projectile, is it?
Yeah, sort of like Logo 13 in the NES game. He just looks somewhere and then whatever he shoots explodes. But yeah, I mean, it seems pretty accurate, but at the same time, the guns might be accurate. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
At any rate, the important part is that you are not dying and everyone else is.
Yeah. I mean, you can't play pacifist ruin of this game. I mean, I'm sure it's...
Oh wait.
Oh wait. Oh wait. Are you there yet?
I'm almost, I don't know.
Well, it's important that you're there, because otherwise the recording stops. But, so, okay, because this part's sort of boring. This place is sort of a dick, especially when there's, like, all the dudes still in here on the, like, walkways, because sometimes you won't be able to spot them, and they'll just be shooting at you through the grates.
Well, that's mean of them, especially since I cannot see anything right now.
You can't?
Damn you, technical difficulties. All I can see is like a gray JPEG artifacted screen right now for the video. It's kind of disconcerting. I can still hear things just fine. It's just, yeah, I'm not sure if that's better or worse than what you are currently looking at.
No, it's just your basic, like, spiral staircase around what may or may not be a rocket of some sort. Not sure. Sort of hard to tell because I'm not sure if this is actually represented in the, like, overworld, like, the actual surface of this area. You don't really explore the surface that much in this area, so I couldn't tell you for sure. Because this is sort of like an open thing. It's just sort of, I don't know. There are a lot of areas in the Agroprom, the area we're in, which has like a ton of anomalies and radiation, so you don't really get to explore that much. Along with the fact that most of the stashes that show up are dicks. There's one that spawns in a tree, and you're supposed to like find a way to jump up the tree. I don't think
you can't just climb the tree?
Nope. Like, some of the game is sort of good with like climbing over stuff, but it's not that great with other parts. Like, there's a stash where you have to finagle up on a like railroad track to get into a train car. It's just really awkward to get into. And then there's like the beginning of the video where I'm trying to jump into that train car and I can't because my legs are too short and my legs are, or my arms are broken or something because I can't like climb up it.
Yeah, it's just like if you try to climb up it, you won't be in your combat stance anymore, and that would just be too much of a vulnerability for you because someone could shoot you and you couldn't shoot them back.
Maybe I got some strange T-Rex arms where I can't like do anything with my arms aside from hold a gun. So, do you have video yet?
No, I do not.
Try pausing and unpausing real quick. So, right here is another great bug here. I'm just sort of like searching for an event that's supposed to happen right here. As soon as like the new objective pops up, like you found Strelok's stash, there's supposed to be something. And it's not here yet. This video has been full of great spawning glitches. So I'd run back, I'm like, is it back yet? Is it here? Is it here? And it spawns. You don't get to see it because your video is broken, unfortunately, but I'm stabbing this mutant in the back multiple times while he just sort of walks down the tunnel. And I kill him.
It's a mutant world, and if you're the guy with the T-Rex arms that has to survive... Oh, there, it worked now for some reason.
Yeah, you see me dragging around a corpse?
I see you looking at a corpse.
Yeah, that's the controller. It's just some mutated dude with no shirt on. And
now he's dead.
Some jeans. He uses psychic pulses to hurt you. The glitchy
that why
thing.
Your vision's all blurry?
Yeah, he messes with your vision, and when he attacks you, your vision goes towards him, and then you get hurt. And glitch with this game, he does not have a melee attack. So if you go right up to him, he will just sort of like stand there. But it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes he still like attacks me with the psychic pulse thing, and I get hurt. But yeah, it's a shame I didn't get to demo him off, but I did get to give him back scratch or whatever. And this is sort of the end of the video. I forget what I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm checking out my gun.
You are listening to the squeaky noise.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's soothing. Just check out my ammo. And yeah, I'll see you guys next update, whenever that'll be.
Kids, have fun with your mutants and stuff.